Chapter 2. Taking Control at 9. The day I decided to put myself in school was the day I realized that if I wanted something in life, I had to fight for it alone. No one was going to hand me an education. No one was going to care whether I could read, write, or dream beyond the walls of my home. If my parents wouldn't send me, I would send myself. I remember watching the neighborhood kids in their neatly pressed uniforms, backpacks bouncing against their backs as they walked to school every morning. I envied them, not just for the education they were receiving, but for the structure, the opportunity, the normalcy. I wanted that, I needed that. One morning, I gathered the courage to follow them. I didn't have a uniform, I didn't have books, and I certainly didn't have permission. But I had determination, that was enough. When I arrived at the school, I stood outside for a long time, unsure of what to do. I was just a child, scared but desperate. I watched as teachers greeted students at the entrance, and I knew I had to act fast before someone noticed that I didn't belong. I walked inside as if I had always been a student there. My heart pounded, my hands shook, but I kept my head high. I didn't know where to go or what to say, but I was prepared to do whatever it took to stay. Eventually, a teacher noticed me. She asked my name and why I wasn't in class. That's when I told my first real lie. I just moved here, I said quickly. I don't know where my class is. It was the only thing I could think of, and for some reason, she believed me. That was how I started school, by sneaking in, by pretending to belong. But the truth was, I did belong. I belonged in a classroom just like every other child, and from that day forward, I made sure that no one could take that away from me. But school wasn't easy. I was behind in everything, reading, writing, math. I struggled to keep up, and without support at home, I had no one to help me with homework or to encourage me. Still, I refused to give up. Every day, I pushed myself to learn. I stayed after class, listened carefully, and practiced on my own. I wasn't just fighting to pass, I was fighting for a future. My parents never noticed. They didn't ask where I was going every morning, and they didn't care when I came home with books in my hands. It was as if I was invisible to them. But I had done something they never expected. I had taken control of my own destiny. At 9 years old, I had chosen to fight for my education, and that choice would shape the rest of my life.